Hey folks, welcome back to another video, and if you guys didn't notice, I returned to Windows because it turns out that Linux is, it hasn't been a terrible experience, but has been really the best in town and whatnot. But this video is not going to be about that. This is going to be a whole different separate video that I'm going to do about Linux Ubuntu and my experience with Linux Ubuntu, and then switching over to Debian. It's a whole story that I would just save for a different video. But in this video, we're going to be talking about a couple of things. Now, one of the first things I want to talk about is the new Xdefiant game that came out, and yes, I've at least tried to play it. But the thing is, in my personal opinion, I'm not like a necessarily team-based kind of person. I'm not gonna say that's a terrible game, because it's each choosing. There are people who like the game and people who don't like the game. It really depends on what type of experience you really want. But if you're a team-based kind of player, that might be the game for you. That's just not the type of game that I would definitely play. I like being more alone. And I do play a lot of team deathmatch, but I don't really play a whole lot of like involved in teams and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty much it just boils down to that. It just really isn't my kind of game. But there's a lot of controversy. We're not controversy, but there has been a lot of stuff that I've heard recently. Apparently, according to Twitch views, like Xdefiant was killing it, and it was like assassinating Call of Duty and flying colors. Even though Call of Duty is still a very massive franchise, so if people really think that this is going to be long term, they're completely fucking wrong. This typically happens with newer games every time a new game comes out, and it's one of those games where I wouldn't say it's terrible. Based off of what I've seen, there's really nothing original about it. I guess it's not trying to be original, but I guess it's trying to provide a more casual experience for, I guess, the casual players, the average casual player that doesn't really sweat a whole lot, that they just want to have a fun experience or whatever. Even though a lot of people in the Call of Duty community like to be very competitive, and they're inspired by, a lot of very competitive pro players in the Call of Duty community and stuff like that. So, just touch a little bit on that. But it's funny how YouTubers would try to use Steam chart numbers, and I've seen this on Twitter, where there are some people who have been using Steam chart numbers to try to suggest that, you know what, guys, Call of Duty is done. Call of Duty is no recovering from what they've done, apparently, right? While forgetting why Activision, or not even Activision, why Microsoft went after Activision, and why Sony wanted to keep Activision separate from Microsoft. And looking at it now, I kind of saw why they kind of wanted to keep Microsoft separate, and that's why I was like, maybe there could be something going on there with Microsoft. I don't really trust Microsoft 100% everything. But I feel like when it comes to that, how can you not tell me that, Microsoft going after Activision and, basically buying off Activision for 60 billion or something like that, and basically it kind of tells me that Activision or Call of Duty is a large asset. I mean, Activision is still dumping money into this game. So what makes you think that a small game made by a small developer that's also owned by probably one of the shittiest studios I've ever that anybody, and nobody really likes Ubisoft. Ubisoft is the worst. They're legit the worst. They've made legit the worst games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Far Cry 6, Watch Dogs Legions, and Mirage, I heard that it's not that bad. Maybe they got a little bit better. Maybe they've taken at least some criticism. I don't know. I haven't played it, but I've seen Griffin Gaming's review, and it's pretty. It says pretty average. Like the game itself, it's not like anything crazy. Or anything. I guess I'll look back at that review to see if it's actually not that bad. I don't know. But really, it comes down to it. It's just Call of Duty it's too big to die. And the reason why I say Call of Duty is too big to die is because Call of Duty has that monopoly. Now, sure, there can maybe be some competition, but the question is how developers are going to create that competition with Call of Duty. I don't know. I think the only thing that they really have holding on right now for Xdefiant is no skill-based matchmaking. I think even that isn't really enough because, yeah, sure, no skill-based matchmaking seems cool, it seems nice, it's a refreshing experience for people who are tired of sweating in Call of Duty and whatnot, and other FPS shooters, you know, this is like a general thing. This is not just exclusively a Call of Duty thing, it's not a Call of Duty problem. That's nor here nor there. But, I would have to say that the no SBMM thing isn't gonna last long. It's just gonna last for a certain amount of time until people are like, hey, there needs to be something that's gonna sell on this game, except for just, oh, we don't have skill-based matchmaking. Yeah, that's great, but what else do you have, right? They don't even have kill streaks. All they have is just they have characters that you can use for abilities, which seems very similar to Call of Duty Black Ops if you think about it. And they have like a kind of similar system to Call of Duty when it comes to weapon customization, when it comes to like the perks and whatnot. It's very similar to it's almost like a carbon copy clone of Call of Duty, except an even worse version in my opinion. It just looks like a mobile game. And Matsuki, and you know, as Will mentioned for YouTuber that I enjoy watching. Shout out to him. He's been a very decent YouTuber for a long time for me. But I do disagree with him on, you know, because he did say that like, oh, Xdefiant doesn't look like a mobile game. It looks really good. I fundamentally disagree because the way the gameplay is, like the way it feels like I'm playing it on my iPhone. It feels like I'm playing it on the iPhone, right? This amazing 10 out of 10 iPhone from Apple. It feels like I'm playing it on here. Like bro, like legit, they could probably port that game into an iPhone. And that's how cheap and shitty it looks in my opinion. I don't know if I think maybe it's just me. I don't know, maybe I'm just a very particular kind of player. Maybe I like flashy gameplay, and it looks expensive because, you know, obviously Call of Duty or Activision dumps a bunch of money into making Call of Duty look as crisp as possible, even, you know, like kind of lowering quality a little bit, but having that healthy balance of like not making it look so good that it's like that the FPS is like 30, but like having that balance where it doesn't look super shitty, but it looks good at the same time, so that you can maintain that 60 FPS on console, both console and PC. Well, I mean, it depends on the PC you're playing it on. It really depends on your hardware. But I would say, based off of my experience in Xdefiant, it hasn't really been the best. There are certain qualities of the game, like the fact that you can use abilities, and the fact that weapons are definitely they're viable, but I heard people complain about how there are certain weapons and certain abilities that are overpowered, and that make the experience not so great and whatnot. But that's nor here nor there. I mean, there are definitely some people who are genuinely like just trying to get developers to address the issues, which is cool. You know, it's good to let developers know, hey, this game has a problem and you need to fix it. And you know what? They should fix it. And if they don't fix it, well, it's on them because their game's already bad enough, and they need to just, you know, last thing you want for them to do is just not listen to your feedback. You know what I'm saying? And I would definitely be like, yeah, all you guys were talking about how Call of Duty is so bad. Look at your people who made Xdefiant. They're not even doing their job. They're just kind of just phasing away, and they're getting all this attention because people are tired of Call of Duty or whatever. But let's see what happens. I mean, I guess they addressed the server issues, which is nice. And I might go back and play Xdefiant. Maybe sometime today, maybe sometime tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm off until I think Tuesday. So I have like basically tomorrow and Monday basically off just whatnot. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. I really missed making actual videos. I couldn't make jack shit. Like legit, I couldn't make anything because of how unoptimized the Linux is and how it was like, you know, at times the camera driver didn't work. I had to put some stupid command to make it work on the terminal, and then I went ahead and I installed Debian, and then when I opened the camera app, it was all choppy, it didn't look very good. So I was like, man, fuck this. Eventually, I went back to Windows because of that. Because I still generally I have a second computer where I can just do like coding and stuff like that. That's why I have this one, and also to put videos on the TV, and also I can burn music from my PC. I mean, who's gonna do that these days, bro? Like nobody can do that these days. Who's gonna have a DVD CD drive? Nobody. I can probably try putting a movie or something on. Well, I actually tried doing that with DuckTales, and I guess the DuckTales wasn't encrypted files, and I can't even access them. So I don't know if it's because of Linux or if it's the DVD, but I cannot make anything for the DVD. At least the ones I put in there. But I can play videos through the CD or at least the DVD for like an album that I used to listen to back in the day. But I apologize for rambling. It's been kind of a long time since I actually made like a proper video where I can actually speak my mind and not have all this hindrance in the background and whatnot, all that stuff. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and if you haven't, share this video, or if you're kind enough to share this video with other people so that they're more, I guess, more aware of what I do. If, you know, they might like what I do, they might not like what I do. Just depends. But I will see you folks in another video, whenever that will be.